Yo, top Billin to ya. Alright, y'all, your boy Dave Gettleman out here flexing on everybody, just showing off now. Everybody want to bump their gums, talking about, oh, Dave Gettleman, trash. He this, he that. Come on, man. Quietly, you look around. If you understand the makeup and composition of the New York Giants roster, he is putting together something very, very interesting, to say the least, right? So now they go out and sign Adoree Jackson from the Tennessee Titans, one of the most athletic corners in the entire league. Now, if I'm being honest about the situation, which I am always going to keep it a buck, I'm not that big of an Adoree Jackson guy, especially just from the last year and a half of his career, right? I will say this. He's been injured. He hasn't been able to really show his incredible skill set that he does have, that I know he has. I used to cover the kid for Rivals.com when I worked at Trojansports.com when he was in college. So that's the UFC website for Rivals.com. And even back then, I was a little critical of him. I felt like sometimes in a moment of truth scenario, he could be out of sorts. He would have momentary lapses in judgment as far as and route transitions and stuff, but you cannot deny the athleticism and talent of this kid. And he adds value beyond just being a cornerback, right? He's one of the best with the ball in his hands. Everybody used to give that man a lot of props for what he did at USC. They would put him on reverse duty out there. They would pitch him the ball a little bit, let him play a little bit of wide receiver because he's that explosive. So he can add value in the return game. He is a very solid tackler, very willing and able. He fits a zone scheme, even though you would think somebody blessed with his physical gifts will be more of a man guy, but we know how Patrick Graham likes to do a lot of deep third coverage, quarters coverage. They'll get a little bit of hands-on man, so he'll be able to flex in between playing zone with man principles, and they have one of the best doing it on the other side in James Bradbury, so he may get a lot of looks there. But even beyond him, man, I'm not sure if it's Isaac Yiadom still on the team. He showed himself to have a little bit of talent, but the defensive backfield in general, man, I'm talking about whether it be Darnay Holmes, Julian Love, my man, the X Factor, Xavier McKinney, Logan Ryan, the do-it-all Swiss Army knife back there, Jabril Peppers, the do-it-all Swiss Army knife back there, adds value in the return game as well. Big hitter guy you can blitz. Them playing with them 3 and 4 safety packages, right? Dime safety packages. It's incredible to watch if you're a fan of defensive football and what Patrick Graham is doing and what Joe Judge definitely employed him to do. I love what I saw in that first season. I like the signing of Odenigbo. Lorenzo Carter come back. But, man, you already know Leo Williams and them boys getting after it up front with Dexter Lawrence and them. So, to me, it sets up you got the damn cornerback now. All signs point to looking at another edge player in the draft, and there are some guys that fit this scheme to perfection, and we'll get into that at a little bit later date, baby. But for now, man, let's do a little bit of a film study on your man Adoree Jackson. Nothing too in-depth. I might come back a little later and get into something a little bit more in-depth on it. But, hey, it is what it is, man. Your boy Dave Gettleman showing out. Let's get it.
What more can I say?
Top Billin. Your boy D. Hopkins right here trying to run a post with a numbers grip. You got Adoree Jackson all over that ass. Pause. Obviously, they're in quarters coverage here, so this makes it a little bit even better, right? This is something that will translate to the New York Giants defense there. Man, we'll let it roll right here, man. This was an incredible play by this guy. I'll always remember this play. Degree of difficulty on 10. You see the outside leverage there because he has inside help? Oh, my God. Bring it back. My man was just too disrespectful. I want you to look at this again. D-Hop in the transition, he throws his hands up like Adoree Jackson don't have the best makeup speed or some of the best makeup speed you'll see. You saw that? My man threw his hands up. Come on. Look at this. He threw it up in the transition at the 20. Like, come on, you're in quarters coverage, first of all, right? So, you maybe had the safety beat or whatever like that, but you're not outrunning Adoree Jackson. Come on. He's cruising and jumps up over him and gets this particular pass. Come on, let's look at it from this angle right here. All right, back to the basket play action. Fake there. One of the best in the NFL, throwing it to perhaps the best in the NFL. It don't matter. Let's punch in right here and see what's going on. All right, Adoree Jackson, definitely not a press corner, right? He can sit in the driveway and still get it out of park, right? He can be patient. You know what I'm saying? What I mean by that. Look at that. He got jabbed, inside approach there. He takes the outside leverage. His court is covered so he can funnel him to the inside if that's the case right there. DeAndre Hopkins, this ain't the case right here. Usually if someone's even, they leaving. Not on Adoree Jackson. He's running stride for stride in the hip pocket right there. Kevin Byard with the assist. Come on. How disrespectful is that right there? This man, put your damn hands up. This the anthem, put your damn hands up. No, sir. This ain't the anthem, brother. We all in your hip pocket, in your ass. Look at that. Pause. And then at the moment of truth in this particular one right here, he gets up for the downstroke before DeAndre Hopkins. Look at that. And you thought you was about to have that shit, bro. That shit gives you vertigo. Nausea. Look at that. Your man's nauseous. He needs some ibuprofen, and then he fertilized himself in the process. Bang. Oh shit, his lid came off. His lid came off and everything like that. Not a good rep from DeAndre Hopkins right there. Getting a little bit too cocky. That's a hell of a play by Adoree Jackson, man. You need more of that right there. Hopefully Patrick Graham can get that up out of him. Titans running man free here. He's in off-man coverage. I like him a lot in off-man coverage. It allows him to use his zone instincts, not necessarily pressed up on somebody, but he can do both. Look at him coming out that pedal. Sticks that foot in the ground, tracks, pops the ball up in the air. That's all she wrote. See it one more time, full speed. Smooth pedal, sink the hips, stick the foot in the ground, trying to run a deep curl. No, sir. Who's that? Oh, it's Big Andre Holmes. Big Andre Holmes right here. Look at this, kids. I know you kids always watching, right? Look at the pedal. Look how he's not too far over his skis there. Right? That's textbook. When he feels like Andre Holmes is going to take an inside approach, could be a post or whatever, then you see him open up the hips. That's when it's time to open up the hips and get busy. And you would just flip your hips the other way if it were an out route or something like that. You can see right here, mirroring the route, sticks that foot in the ground. There it is, right? Scoop, there it is. Your boy all up on it. Boom, he gets there before Holmes. Doesn't interfere, goes with the correct hand. Pops that bitch in the air, right? And it's all his right there. Another great play by Adoree Jackson. Now, Adoree Jackson, I'm not sure how many picks he has in his career. I don't watch a billion games of the Tennessee Titans. He doesn't necessarily get his hands on a lot of passes as far as turnovers, but he's good for some pass deflections, and he's definitely money in the run game, in my opinion, just from being a ready, willing, and able tackler there. So like to see him get more turnovers and try to make something out of his speed there, getting the turnovers and taking them to the house. So this is something that I always look for in zone corners right here. If it's the New York Giants, you're fucking with Patrick Graham, you got to tackle. You're the last line of defense on the edge. You are a true edge player because you're manning your zone. Look at this, going against big Chris Ivory here. Look at him come up and stick. Ooh, it didn't go his way, right? It didn't go his way, but he did stop the tackle right there. But look, you can see here, ready, willing, and able. Now, he got his stool softened. There's no doubt about that. We're going to have to check that man's draws, and more than likely we're going to have to steam them draws. But here it is right here. The moment of truth scenario going against Chris Ivory, who's used to be called Baby Marshawn Lynch. You not scared? You're all good with me right there. Head on the outside. Bang. Sometimes somebody's just a little bit bigger than you, baby, a little bit more physical than you. But, man, he showed himself right there. He'll get an A+ in the film room, guaranteed right there. When they got up in the film room right there, Coach Vrabel and them right there were giving them congrats because it takes a lot of damn heart and a lot of cojones to be running up on a guy like Chris Ivory like that, and you're probably a $185 or whatever Adoree Jackson is, right? All right, so we're going to have to cut it right there. I told you it was just going to be a little something. I will come back at a later date and do an in-depth film study, but this is more of a breaking news item. Just wanted to kind of get it out there. A little bit of film study to stay on brand here. But if you see your boy Adoree Jackson, 5'11", 185 pounds, and you can see we got a little bit of value in the kick return game right here earlier in his career. 34 returns for 290 yards. Never housed one in the NFL, I believe, but he housed quite a few in college. I would like to see him get back to that, but you're playing this guy, so maybe you don't want him back there. Well, you're playing Jabril Peppers too, so I will have them both back there at a mix. You got to get the ball in Adoree Jackson's hands for sure. We see here, definitely ran a 4.42 at the combine. He is an Olympic style or Olympic caliber, I believe, long jump guy. I remember they used to always talk about when he was in college. So he's got some explosiveness to him there. 36-inch vertical leap there. USC product, man. playing for the New York Giants. So, once again, keep hating on Dave Gettleman all you want. He's constructing a very good roster right there. Obviously, it's not going to be perfect. We'll see what the draft entails. I think he has a good chance to really hit on some really impactful players right away just because they're coming from a position of power, meaning there's a lot of holes filled. There's just a few holes left. And, man, you can go ahead and pick the best player available at a number of positions and go ahead and fill out that roster there. So let me know what you think. It's your boy Murph, the Underground King. As always, thank you for watching. Make sure you support quality content, man. Anything is anything, baby. Send your boy a little bit of support. Make sure the channel is up and running, paying for all this equipment and stuff and paying for me, you know what I'm saying, paying for my jail time if I smack one of you. All right, man. All right, man. It's your boy Murph, the Underground King. Make sure you subscribe. I'm out of here, man. Peace.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.